I think the Florida market is going to take a correction in the sense of like there's going to be an increase in the inventory, but there's also going to be an increase of days on the market because we're seeing it now coming into this whole year of 2025. I think it's going to transfer into 2026. So that leads into a lot of agents out the business, out the business. So as far as the market conditions, I think that you're going to have an increase in a lot of inventory, of course, true, but the buyers are so speculative. They're barely moving. How do you get them off the fence?
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing. Focus on, how do we get them off the fence? It's very hard.
Yeah.
We're dying over here. Yes, but that's a good question.
So it sounds like, is Canada experiencing the same thing that we're experiencing in the US, where we have a higher inventories going up, price stagnation, units are down? Is it pretty much the same for you guys?
In some markets, not across the board.
Okay. So what I've been seeing, and I work with teams and brokerages across the US, generally speaking, we are experiencing the same thing where the volume of sales is down, prices are stagnating, downward pressure on it. However, what's crazy is when I talk to the individual agents, the top 20% of agents are having their best years, and the bottom 80% or the lower 80% are struggling and feeling the heat a lot. So even within my own household, right? So I've got clients that I'm training and they're complaining, they're having a hard time, they're booking less appointments. I go talk to my wife, who's the top producer, and I'm like, hey, throughout the year was going, I'm like, hey, is something going on? Like, how's the business? How are things? She's like, I'm great, I'm killing it, things are awesome. I'm like, that's not what I'm hearing from clients. Like, when I'm talking to lots of different people, they're having a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
So what it looks like I just agree with what you guys are saying for 2026, which is there's going to be a correction. Prices are going to stay stagnant. They're going to come down a little bit. As they come down, that's going to draw more of these buyers into the market. And so, it's the great rebalancing, as was it Nick or Chad that said that?
Yeah.
Which needs to happen, right? Because we get it's like fleas on a dog. We just have too many people running around with licenses, zero experience or zero professionalism.
Yep.
And we need to flush some of that down.
And Dale, to that point, I think that it's those who are selling where we're seeing the volume movement is when it's a property is being marketed correctly, when it's being priced correctly. Like, strategy isn't something that you can just throw against the wall and hope that it sticks at this point. There's got to be thought and a proper process behind it at this point.